Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a really simple blueprint. A blueprint that can make any complex idea super easy to understand and honestly pretty hard to forget.
So, let me ask you something. You ever had this amazing idea in your head, right? But the second you try to explain it, you just get that blank stare. It's that super frustrating feeling, when your brilliant concept just gets totally lost in translation. And look, it's a feeling we all know. You're an expert on your subject, but getting that idea to actually stick in someone else's brain, now that is the real trick, isn't it? And that right there, that's the heart of what we're talking about today. It's the communication problem, and it's something we all run into. Doesn't matter if you're in a big boardroom, a classroom, or hey, even just trying to explain something to a friend. The real trap isn't that we don't have enough information. Usually, it's the exact opposite, right? We have so much to say that we just turn on this fire hose of facts and our audience just gets completely overwhelmed. So the problem isn't your content, it's the fact that it has no structure. But what if there was a simple, repeatable blueprint for all this? A structure that just slices right through the noise and makes your message land with a punch every single time. Well, guess what? There is. And here it is. It's called the 5-slide content structure. The best way to think about it is like a roadmap. It's designed to take your audience on a little journey from being curious all the way to total clarity. And each one of these 5 steps has a very specific job to do.
Okay, so here's the really cool part. We're actually in the framework right now. I'm using it to explain itself to you. Those first couple of slides we went through, that was your hook. And then we defined the problem. See, you're already on the journey with me.
All right, let's really break this thing down. We're starting with step 1, the art of the hook. This is absolutely crucial, because this is where you have to grab your audience's attention from the literal first second.
Look, the hook has one job, and one job only. To put a question mark in your audience's mind. It needs to be short, it needs to be bold, and it has to be intriguing. The key is, don't explain a thing. Just give them a reason to lean in and go, wait, what's this all about? Okay, let's look at an example. Imagine this is for a talk about money. Same income, different outcomes. In just 4 words, it's a total puzzle, right? It sets up this core tension without giving anything away. And it forces you, the audience, to immediately think, why is that? Okay, I gotta hear this. So once you've got them hooked, their attention is yours. Now it's time to build the real meat of your argument. And that happens over the next 3 slides. The problem, the insight, and the solution. So, for slide 2, your big goal is to make the problem feel super real and relatable. You're basically answering the question, why should I care, for your audience? This sets the whole stage for the awesome solution you're about to give them. So if we stick with our money example, this slide hits on a really common anxiety people have. But look what it does. It reframes the problem. It's not, I don't earn enough, it's, I have a knowledge gap. That makes people feel understood, and it makes the problem feel solvable. All right, slide 3. This is it. This is the absolute heart of your whole presentation. The core insight. It isn't just another piece of info. No, it's that big shift in perspective. It's what unlocks the whole problem. This is your aha moment. This is where you deliver the real gold. And wow, look at how this slide just nails that insight. This simple little side-by-side chart, it's so powerful. It's visual, and in a split second, it shows you the massive gap between what school teaches us and what we actually need to know about money. That right there is the aha moment. Okay, so after you've dropped that big insight, your audience is thinking one thing. All right, I get it. So now what? What do I do? And that, my friends, is the job of slide 4, the solution. You have to give them a clear path forward. And notice something really important here. The solution isn't some crazy, complicated 10-step plan. It's a simple concept. Clarity. It's saying, hey, financial education isn't about becoming a Wall Street genius overnight. It's about getting clarity. And when you have clarity, you have less anxiety and you have more options. It's all about the benefit. And that brings us to the grand finale. Step 5, the close. You've taken your audience on this amazing journey. Now, how do you make absolutely sure that your main message actually sticks with them?
Okay, the most important thing to remember here is that your last slide is not a summary. Do not just list what you talked about. It's a single, powerful, memorable takeaway. It's the one thought you want bouncing around in their head long after your presentation is over.
And this is just a brilliant closing thought. It's like a call to action, but it's disguised as a simple mantra. It perfectly wraps up the entire philosophy of the talk, and it completely reframes how you think about money in one simple, super empowering sentence.
So, when you put all 5 of these pieces together, something kind of magical happens. You're not just clicking through slides anymore. You're actually building a persuasive story where every single part flows perfectly into the next.
And here it is, the whole journey, laid out for you to see. You go from the hook, that little puzzle at the beginning, all the way to that final mantra. It's a complete, logical story that makes a really complex idea feel simple and, maybe most importantly, totally actionable.
So, if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this: structure. Structure is the secret sauce that turns random information into real understanding. This 5-slide blueprint, it's not just for presentations. It's a tool for making your ideas matter. So the only real question left is, what's the first complex idea you're going to explain?